What is good, guys? It's Ollie back again on the Project Race Car YouTube channel, and welcome to episode 11 of the Evo 5 build. Now, it is the 2nd of October, so I don't know when this will go live, but I hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you guys are staying safe, going about your normal business, whatever you may be doing. Make sure you are abiding by the rules. And I find it kind of funny that today it's been announced that Trump has COVID, which is interesting. So somebody's clearly not been abiding by the rules, being an idiot as always, but not wishing to get into public debates. Let's get on with episode 11. So what I'm doing here is probably quite a lot of you that have messed around with wiring harnesses or anything, or done anything wiring related, is actually wrapping the loom in Tessa tape. Now this is like a fabric based loom tape that's specifically for taping up wiring looms. So the reason why we stripped all of the original conduit and stuff off is because I wanted to reorganize the entire loom so that I could run it how I want to run it through the engine bay. Now this is going to take quite a bit of time, but the Tessa tape definitely does look better than the standard conduit, and it makes the wiring a lot less bulky, which is great because it means it's easier to hide. We're just going to go ahead and do some taping, basically. This probably to a lot of people is probably going to be like a completely pointless exercise, but there's a lot of things in this build that are completely pointless exercises to most people. But this horrible mess of loom, I want to hide and remove as much of it from the bay as possible because it just looks untidy. Looks a hell of a lot better now that I've wrapped quite a bit of it in Tessa tape, but it still looks untidy. So we're going to be doing, this is the small fuse box that mounts over on the driver's side. This has a few fuses and relays in it. Now we're going to be doing the same that we've done on the passenger side already with the main fuse box, and I'll show you what we've done now. So the likelihood of this car ever seeing a wet road is quite slim. So the fuse box has now been relocated down underneath. So it now sits on the frame rail, bolted solidly to the side of the frame rail next to the horn. Now this is a perfectly fine location for it, because it's not going to be seeing a wet road, like I said. I might try and do something about sealing the actual top of the tub, but for now it's going to be absolutely fine. The wing liner sits here, so I'm going to make a little access port in the back of the wing liner so that I can access it for fuses and stuff. I may not even need to do that. I may just put a couple of clips in that I can remove by the side of the road if necessary, and pull the wing liner back. So this location is going to be fine. It removes it from the engine bay, which tidies that up and just makes it look much cleaner, puts it there instead, because the original location used to mount it, well, if I put a picture up, used to mount it right here, and there used to be a little bracket like under there, and it was just untidy. So one of my main goals was to get rid of that. But so what we're going to do here is, hopefully once we've painted this bracket and tidied it up, that's going to go up under here somewhere. So I will go ahead and prep this bracket, and then I'll show you where the fuse box is going to mount. This is what we ended up with in terms of the second fuse box mount for the little fuse box. Bolts through into this bracket here, and then we've got spacer bracket, and the reason I've put this metal bracket on is because this bolted up to the chassis alone is too flimsy there to hold this side up, and also the reason why we've got a spacer there is because of the way that the wiring comes out of the actual fuse box itself, so that will stop it jamming too far up against the frame rail and trapping the wiring. So let's go ahead and install it. Okay, so we got poor audio again because so I left the tripod up the unit working on a to be released project that hasn't been disclosed yet. I don't know if that's the right word, Chloe, is it? Yeah, cool. Okay. But we've had quite a lot of care packages arrive in the post. We're still waiting on some stuff. So we're going to start with these. Now, I did bring it up in the previous episode, but these are the bolts that come with the gold dress-up section set that I've got. They are 20mm long, and to use for the rocker cover I needed 25mm long. And the 25mm was the one that I needed, so that does the rocker cover with the gold washers now. We got a battery tray, which has got tie-down pegs and wing nuts and stuff. This will obviously get trimmed down because it's quite a bit bigger than my my Bosch battery. But this was £9, so it was kind of a no-brainer really, rather than making one like you saw me do in an earlier video. This just works a lot better and has the proper tie downs and the mounting places to put it into the boot and stuff, so it was a bit of a no-brainer, like I said. So this isn't really a part for the car, but it's a tool for using stuff on the car. It's a Von Horst heat gun. Mainly bought this because I am using the solder shrink connectors for the wiring, which you heat up with a heat gun and they shrink and the solder melts and it joins the wires nice. So I bought a heat gun to use for that purpose. Then we've got some aero catches, so aero catch extremes. These were a little bit more expensive than I was expecting to pay for bonnet catches, but they're a nice quality bonnet catch. I didn't want like jacks on the R34 because jacks on the R34 are cheap and rubbish and they're more of a pain in the arse to use. But the main reason I bought these is because I can delete the bonnet cable and the bonnet latch, which is very visible behind the grille, and I've always hated it. So these are actually a decent latch system, which obviously you put the template on the bonnet and then cut the hole for that to fit around the bonnet, and then that bit goes underneath and bolts it together through the bonnet. But these do have a nice satisfying pop-up clip and then a clip when you pull the pin out, and the pin nicely slides back into place. Now aero catches are used on a lot of well, a lot of race teams use them and stuff, and then you've got this which you have to drill into the slam panel, the top of the slam panel, and then you adjust the screw height for the height of your bonnet. So I will probably do an install guide, or you'll see me in one of the future episodes installing these. I do have to cut holes in my bonnet, which is not going to be very pleasant. I didn't really like cutting the bumper on this episode, but we'll that's okay. We can get over that. That's not a problem. So yeah, aero catches. This is the Mac 3-port boost solenoid that I was waiting for. Now, pretty much every turbo build needs a different boost solenoid. This is the OEM one, and it's not very good. So we're going to be running this Mac 3-port. A lot of people run these. I'm not 100% sure exactly what it does. I think it measures boost and gives the ECU a readable signal as to how much boost it's making or something. I think that's what it does. Yeah, go me being a good mechanic, but I'm pretty sure that's what it does. So this is a Mac one. It's much better over the OEM one. So anyway, I'm just going to stop talking now because that's all I know about it. More gold tape, because everybody needs more gold tape, and then some metal zip tie things that it comes with. I feel like these are pretty self-explanatory. Battery terminals. We've got some adapters and some beefy thick boy cable coming as well. Battery crimp connectors, which are no way big enough for the cable that I've ordered, so I need to order more. Yay. In this box, it wasn't originally in this box. It was in a plastic bag, and the plastic bag was pissing me off because they kept sticking to the plastic bag. But we have the full silicone hose kit from JS Performance. So this is the ancillary complete kit. They're all very high quality hoses. They come with exactly the right amount of stainless steel clamps, and also the right sizes for each when you go away, and also all of it for every single pipe in the kit, which is really good, and they're also a really good price. I was going to go with Roost Motorsports ones, but the JS Performance ones were considerably cheaper, so these are the ones that we ended up going with. And to be fair, silicone hoses are silicone hoses. They don't really do a lot. Last thing to, well, not the last thing, but one of the things to add to the list as well were these nice new Rally Art mud flaps from Rally Flap Z. I went for the all white Rally Art logos on these because obviously with my colour scheme the red and the yellow are not going to work. So we went for the all white, and they're fairly expensive, but they are very, very nice quality 4mm PVC mud flaps. So we're going to go ahead and throw these on the car. I also ended up with the catch can mount. We used the battery mount that it came with and bolted it through this bracket. There's a bolt in the bottom there that supports it. It's only held on by one bolt, but as you can see, it's solid enough as it is for a catch can, and we actually self-tapped it to the catch can itself. So drilled some little holes, gave it a shake so that all the metal filings come out. Doesn't matter too much if there's a few metal filings in here because nothing in here gets reused, but this doesn't have a drain bung, so I've got some AN10 blankers for these two because obviously I'm not going to use these. This is designed for a Honda, but I'll probably end up draining it out of one of these when it needs to be drained. And also these are a cheap like catch can off eBay, so they don't actually come with any internal baffling. So I'm going to try and figure out a way of pushing some like metal wool that you can buy from like Co-op or something into it so that it adds some kind of like baffling inside, so that what's going in here doesn't just come straight out the filters and then spray oil all over the bay. It actually gives it something to the oil and the air to go through and stick to, and then just let the air come out the top. That's how a catch can should work. But yes, there we go. Okay, so that is pretty much going to wrap it up for this episode of the Evo 5 build. As you can see, it is on its wheels, and it did, I'll put up a couple of photos, but it did actually roll outside for the first time in probably about 3 years the other day when Jack came up with the R34, and it did meet the R34, which of course when it is fully done and running, it will be showing on stand with the R34. So it was a pretty monumentous day on Wednesday, getting them both out the garage and seeing them finally together and seeing the Evo not very far away from being completed. Now I've got some more parts in some boxes here and some fittings and different blah 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 bits. I'll show you those in the next episode. Also got in that box on there a Vortex panel for the rear, little Sonic the Hedgehog fins that go on the back, but I will show you all of that next episode. I'm trying to cut the episodes down in length a little bit to sort of around the 10 to 12 minute mark, just so that I don't end up losing you guys towards the end, because we find that I find that the 10 to 12 minute videos are easier to watch to the end than say 20, 25, 30 minute videos. I mean, obviously if there's a lot of content that we've got to cover in said video, then the video is going to be longer, but we're going to try and cut the episodes down maximum of hopefully 15 minutes, so it should be easier for you guys to watch on your lunch breaks or anything like that, and so that you can generally enjoy our content easier and better, hopefully. And yes, anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Enough waffle. Hope you're staying safe. Hope you are enjoying whatever you're doing at the current time. Hopefully everything's fine with you guys. We really do care about you guys, and stay happy, and we'll catch you in the next one.